Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Got a chance to rise.
Hard to get out of the habit.
All right. Is there a motion for approval of journal?
Mr. Chair,
Yeah, I can do that. See who's all here. Everybody here? All right. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby. Here. Councilmember Page.
Here.
Councilmember Wassinger. Here. Councilmember O'Meara.
Here.
Councilmember Dolan.
Here.
Sixth council district seat is vacant. Councilmember Harder.
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
All right. I thought so.
Approval of the journal of the meeting of January 6, 2015.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The journal is approved. We have no bid openings this evening, so we will move to communications.
Mr. Chair, there are no tax compromises this evening, so we'll move to zoning matters. Under zoning matters, item number 1, 6th district.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 3rd district.
Receive and file, please.
You know what? Can I go back? I'm gonna hold, number 1. Sorry about that. That's the 6th district. Thank you.
Item number 2, 3rd district.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 3, 6th district.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, all districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 5, 7th district.
Receive and file, please.
So ordered.
Mr. Chair, there are no road and bridge matters, so we'll move to other communications. Under other communications, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, same motion through item number 4, and that will be the order.
Item number 5.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, same motion through item number 7, and that will be the order.
Item number 8, 3rd district.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation.
So ordered.
Item number 9, 6th district.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, same motion through item number 10, and that will be the order.
Item number 11.
Receive and file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order. Are there any add-ons?
Yes, sir.
Please read the add-on.
Item number 1, 6th district.
Okay. Receive, file, and the change of owner be approved as requested.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 2, 4th and 2nd districts.
Receive and file.
So ordered.
Item number 3, all districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, 4th district.
Same motion.
So ordered.
Item number 5, all districts.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, that will be the order. The add-ons. All right. Report of the county executive.
No report this evening.
There being no report. There are no reports of special committees this evening, so we will move to the public forum.
4 speakers this evening,
We have
Mr.
4
Chair.
speakers this evening, all right? If the speakers would please, you limit your comments, please, to 3 minutes.
First speaker this evening is Zaki Baruti.
Good evening. My name is, as mentioned, Zaki Baruti. I reside at 812 Saxony Court, and I'll try to make this as short and effective as possible. First of all, I'm representing a collection of organizations, the Leadership for Justice for Justice. And I'm just here to remind the council people that we still have a host of racial issues that need to be addressed. And we are encouraging you, County Executive Stenger, along with any other council members, to begin to have a dialogue about those critical issues, because these issues are not going away. And in fact, there will be a national call for a march on Clayton to lay out those issues, and we're going to be making that official announcement with a lot more people here for the next county council meeting. So I just wanted to extend the fact that, that something needs to be done in terms of the racial traffic stops that's still taking place, the lack of fair proportionate representation of black people on the various boards as well as employment, that all those issues need to be addressed. So we're open for that kind of dialogue, and I'm here to do that. And I'd like to give up a little bit of my time to a gentleman I just met who also is expressing the whole issue around justice.
Good evening,
The
ladies
protocol is you have to sign in advance to speak,
But you're just
so,
sharing some of my time.
well, we're not sharing time. I apologize. That's just a procedure. We can't change procedure every week, so if you want to, your remainder of your time, you can have it.
All right, let me go ahead and help you.
Thank you.
Bottom line is that on the ADA board, there's not one black person on the ADA board and the mechanical board. And this gentleman here, Mr. Norris, is willing to volunteer his services for that particular board. And that speaks to the need to make sure that we have diversity on every St. Louis County board, and as well as we receive our proportionate tax dollars for that we pay out here to the county government. So I just want to reemphasize that the problems are still here. I want to reemphasize that we are going to be having a national march on Clayton to highlight these critical issues. So that's the essence of my comments, and I'm sure the gentleman could see someone afterwards. And as I said, if you're interested, you can call me, and we can move forward in addressing those issues. And I want to say, stay strong, Ms. Hazel, everybody. God bless.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Tom Sullivan.
Mr. Chairman and members of the council, I have several things to mention. First, I hope the situation with the consulting contract to study heating and cooling problems at the Pine Lawn Health Center can be resolved. As I've been saying for a month, there's little about it that makes sense. Certainly it's puzzling why a $24,000 study is needed to figure out temperature control problems for a one-story building. The larger issues here is how the county does business and how the information is made known to the council and the public. Only 2 responses for the study were received. No one can explain why. The RFP was just posted on the county's website. It wasn't sent to companies who would be interested. Such a method will not provide for the best responses. Also on today's agenda is a $725,000 increase to $2.2 million on a contract for the Emergency Communication Commission to RCC Consultants Incorporated for, quote, unforeseen circumstances, or is it unforeseen incompetence? The commission has had many problems with the radio and warning systems. If there were problems that caused such a big increase in the contract, they should have been brought to the council before now. More explanations are needed for this appropriation. Also, I've asked County Executive Stinger to appoint someone new to the Zoo Museum Board to replace Ben Uchitel, who was reappointed by County Executive Charlie Dooley last month, but his term didn't end until December 31st. This allows Mr. Stinger to decide on the appointment. There has been a fight on the board between the old guard and the reformers. Ben Uchitel represents the old guard that wants to continue running the district like a country club. In his campaign for county executive, Mr. Stinger talked a lot about transparency and accountability and the need for change. This will be an opportunity for him to stand by his campaign promises. Last Friday, backers of a new Riverfront Sports Stadium announced their plans. It was a trip to Fantasyland. The stadium is to cost nearly $1 billion, but there are no commitments from anyone. Through the months of speculation about the stadium, there has been collective amnesia about the need for voter approval for any St. Louis or St. Louis County funding. No county officials said a word about upholding the county charter, which mandates voter approval for any stadium funding. But yesterday, Speaker of the House John Diehl from St. Louis County said votes would be required in both the city and county for any stadium funding. He also said there is little support for the stadium in the legislature. It seems the belief is that another stadium is a luxury that this area or the state cannot afford. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next speaker is Darrell Johnson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Darrell Johnson, and I'm representing me as a resident of unincorporated St. Louis County. First of all, Honorable Mr. Stenger, congratulations. I think we started off on a bad foot for, you stated that there were these perceived threats, so the swearing-in ceremony, which I had planned on attending, was moved and apparently invitation only. Well, I guess the blacks didn't get their invitations or they were lost in the mail. Because when I look at a picture of the swearing in, and I don't know what the whole crowd was, but all I see is white faces. I don't think that was a good start. I just need to remind you, you got to represent all of St. Louis County, North County. I'd be willing to bet that you got in by the split black vote. Be willing to bet. Not sure, but I'd be willing to bet. But I think it behooves you, Mr. Stenger, because we will not be excluded from St. Louis County. It behooves you to get with that 24 group, all these municipalities, the black entities of St. Louis County, so we can get on a good footing. Didn't start off too well. Second thing I want to share is, prompted by Robert McCullough, you ran on Mr. Dooley as having scandal in his administration. I was sitting here last week when you wanted to hire, when you did hire, I guess, Gary Best, Director of Parks, as Director of Parks. And if Mr. Best is here, this is no reflection on you, please understand. But Mr. Best had 2 employees under him who stole almost $500,000. Now, I find that very hypocritical to run on the campaign of Charlie Dooley being, having all of this scandal, when you turn around and hire a man who had the same thing going on. I just find that very, very hypocritical. And then the last thing I really want to speak about is, in my few seconds, hope you recognize, as I talk about Mr. Robert McCullough, hope you recognize that that's a ship that's sinking, and you as county executive, I really believe, well, I don't believe, I know. I think you need to get with Mr. Crane, and you all need to sit down and figure out, because Mr. McCullough, that ship is sinking fast, and I would hate for you to go down with the ship, because
3 minutes, Mr. Chair.
it's not going to resurrect. Whether you asked him to resign, whether
Sorry,
you
time's
find a way,
Thank you.
he's got to go, okay? I noticed you last week, I noticed you let a lot of other people speak over the 2 minutes, so I just wanted to make that known. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last speaker this evening is Jamil Franklin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just wanted to touch on about maybe 3 key points. First of all, I'd like to recommend Mr. Stenger that when you go through the process of your transition here at the county, that you also make sure to communicate and include day-to-day operation staff. And I say that because in most cases, day-to-day operation staff have a better understanding of what the issues are, what works and what doesn't. But a lot of times, there's not a lot of communication between those at the bottom and those on top. So I feel like in order for you to be successful, you need to include those individuals in the various departments here at the county. Secondly, I'd like to speak about in 2013 and 14, the county gave 2.5% raises across the board. And a lot of people felt that was very unequitable because it kind of catered to those on the top end of the pay scale. You actually move the pay grades, and those at the top who already make decent money, they got a little extra. Whereas those at the bottom, in some cases, maybe they only got 15 cents. I think it'd be more equitable if you say, hey, our staff deserves maybe 50 cents across the board, 75, maybe even $1. I think no one at the county would be upset with a $1 raise. And anybody that's already at the top maxed out, instead of moving those pay grades, leave it where it is. If you're maxed out, if this was a regular, if this was 2007, if you were maxed out and we had merit increases, you just wouldn't get a raise. But if you're already maxed out at 6 figures or above that, you're doing pretty good here at the county. But individuals at the bottom continue to struggle. We've got people that have been here almost 10 years and haven't received a merit increase. And that's an issue, and it's bad for morale. And lastly, I would just like to say, I'd encourage the council to look into possible pay distribution patterns that may be violations of EEOC regulations. And what I'm talking about in specifically is basically what African-American males are being paid in relation to their counterparts, their white counterparts, whether they be male or female. Our salaries are public information, and in some instances, myself included, we're being paid a lot less than our counterparts. And in some cases, you have people that are at lower pay grades, but they're being hired in above individuals who have been promoted and who've worked hard. And that also is disrespectful. It's a slap in the face, and it's bad for worker morale. And then again, it could be an EEOC violation. So that's something that definitely needs to be looked into. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
No more speakers, Mr. Chair.
All right, that concludes the public forum. We will move to introduction of bills.
Bill number 5, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept grants totaling up to $251,860.15 from the Missouri Secretary of State, appropriating same for use by the Board of Election Commissioners for election-related expenses, authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 6, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the chair of the county council to execute a contract with Kerber, Eck & Brakel, LLP, to audit county financial records for fiscal years 2014, 2015, and 2016. Bill number 7, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an emergency ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute an amendment to a contract with RCC Consultants Incorporated for consulting and engineering services in connection with implementation of the emergency communication system, declaring an emergency. Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance appropriating and setting apart the sum of $145,000 from the unappropriated balance of the general fund for salary and fringe benefits for 2 additional attorneys for the county counselor's office. Mr. Chair, that is all the bills.
Action of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Hold, please.
Bill number 8 is held.
Bill number 218, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Hold, please.
Bill number 218 is held.
Bill number 231, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
Please hold Bill number 231, and Bill 231 is held.
Bill number 241, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
What a vote on that one? I just dropped it. Okay. I move to perfect Bill number 241.
Don't second. Well, that was the poll book.
We just want to vote on it, right?
Already.
Hazel?
Somebody's got to second it, or it drops.
So seconding doesn't mean that you're in favor of it, does it? Just getting it it's just getting it out there to vote on it.
That's true.
I'll second it just so we can vote on it. How's that, Hazel?
Okay.
All right. All in favor of 241, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
No. Okay, Bill 241 is dropped.
Bill number 1, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Bill number 2, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move to perfect Bill number 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 2 is perfected.
Bill number 3, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
Please hold on the order of business.
Bill number 3 is held.
Bill number 4, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 4.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Bill number 4 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 260, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Hold, please.
Bill number 260 is held.
Bill number 263, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Hold, please.
Bill number 263 is held.
Bill number 295, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Please hold.
Bill number 295 is held.
Bill number 310, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
We're going to hold this for one more week because we're having a meeting tomorrow, so. Hold.
Bill number 310 is held.
Bill number 262, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 262.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Bill number 262 is finally passed.
Bill number 270, introduced by Councilmember Dolan for Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 270.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 270, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 270 is finally passed.
Bill number 316, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 316.
Second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on bill number 316, there are 6 ayes.
Bill number 316 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions, Mr. Chair, we have one this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Could you read the first paragraph, please?
Yes, sir. Resolution, whereas Desiree D. Whitlock, Brenda C. Youngblood, Ph.D., Carlton Thornton, Mark J. Bellman, Ann Gibbons, Cheryl D. Latham, and Charles Woods, comprising the Board of Education of the Hazelwood School District, have collectively earned a unique and very prestigious achievement. They are the first Board of Education in the state of Missouri whose members have each received master certification from the Missouri School Boards Association.
I move for adoption of resolution number 1. Second.
Please call the roll.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara?
Aye.
Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 6 ayes.
Resolution 1 is adopted.
Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Chair, item number 1, 4th District.
Hold, please.
So ordered.
Item number 2, 2nd District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
And, Mr. Chair, moving on to new business, we have 2 prepared orders this evening.
Adoptions of orders 1 and 2.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Orders 1 and 2 are adopted.
Oh, I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is now adjourned.
Forgot.